स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कथामह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं हरिदासनं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त तप्त काञ्चन गौरी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome you all to Sunday Feast program. So, anyone new over here listening for the first time? Good, everyone is regular then. So, let us start. Today we are going to discuss from Prahlāda, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, text number 8. Hare Kṛṣṇa sādhunām vināṣāya suduṣkritāṃ samstāpanādhāya sambhavāmi yuge yuge. Let's go through translation. Translation and forward by Śrīla Prabhupāda, Bhagavad-gītā 4.8. Translation. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. According to Bhagavad-gītā, a sādhu, holy man, is a man in Krishna consciousness. A person may appear to be irreligious, but if he has the qualifications of Krishna consciousness, wholly and fully, he is to be understood to be a sādhu, and dushkritam applies to those who do not care for Krishna consciousness. Such miscreants or dushkritam are described as foolish and the lowest of mankind, even though they may be decorated with mundane education, whereas a person who is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness is accepted as a sādhu, even though such a person may be neither learned nor well cultured. As far as the atheistic are concerned, it is not necessary for Supreme Lord to appear as he is to destroy them, as he did with the demons Ravana and Dāsa. The Lord has many agents who are quite competent to vanquish demons, but the Lord especially descends to appease his unalloyed devotees, who are always harassed by the demoniac. The demon harasses the devotee, even though the latter may happen to be his kin. Although Prahlāda was the son of Hiranyakashipu, he was nonetheless persecuted by his father. Although Devaki, the mother of Krishna, was the sister of Kamsa, she and her husband Vasudeva were persecuted only because Krishna was to be born of them. So Lord Krishna appeared primarily to deliver Devaki rather than kill Kamsa, but both were performed simultaneously. Therefore, it is said here that to deliver the devotee and vanquish the demon, miscreants, the Lord appears in different incarnations. manifestation, and the particular form of personality of Godhead who so descends is called an incarnation or avatar. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatar. There are various kinds of avatars such as Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, Lila avatars, Shakti avatars, mahā-mantra avatars and Yuga avatars, all appearing on schedule all over the universe. But Lord Krishna is the primeval Lord, the fountainhead of all avatars. Lord Sri Krishna descends for specific purpose of mitigating the anxieties of the pure devotees, who are very anxious to see him in his original Vrindavana pastimes. Therefore, the prime purpose of Krishna Avatara is to satisfy his unalloyed devotees. The Lord says that he incarnates himself in every millennium, yuge yuge. This indicates that he incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in the Śrīmad Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu, who spread the worship of Krishna by the Sankirtana movement, congregational chanting of the holy names, and spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. He predicted that this culture of Sankirtana would be broadcast all over the world, from town to town and village to village. Lord Caitanya, as the incarnation of Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is described secretly but not directly in the confidential parts of the revealed scriptures, such as the Upanishads, Mahārāja and Bhagavatam. The devotees of Lord Krishna are very much attracted by the Sankirtana movement of Lord Caitanya. This avatara of the Lord does not kill the miscreants, but delivers them by his causeless mercy. Śrīla Prabhupāda. So, today we are going to discuss this verse. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chudushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. So, to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Krishna says this in Bhagavad-gītā 4.8. So, let us start with a simple icebreaker. If God is all-powerful, why does he come to this world personally? Couldn't he simply solve everything from the spiritual world? Many people think God appears only to punish bad people or demoniacs. But today's verse reveals something much deeper. Today we will discuss three simple topics. Why does Krishna descend to this world? Who is actually a sādhu according to Śrīla Prabhupāda? And story of Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva and Prahlāda. So, let us first understand why the Supreme Lord leaves his eternal abode and comes to this material world and appears in this material temporary world. So, first comes is, why does Krishna descend actually? Why does Krishna comes to this material world? Krishna comes because of love. Because he can, just by his perspiration, all the universes are being emanated from him. Everything cosmic manifestation is created just by his perspiration, like coming out. Once the air comes out of tiny pores, through the tiny pores of Lord, many universes are coming out. And once he takes the breath inside, then all the universes are being annihilated. So, why can't he do that to just annihilate to the miscreants? But there is something deeper that we're going to see. Most people think that, to kill demons. Actually, that is also one of the reasons. But in the verse, we see Paritranaya sadhunam. The first words of Krishna speaks are this: to protect my devotees, to protect the pious. So here, if we notice, protection comes before destruction. So this reveals how Supreme Lord Shri Radha Kunj is so much like material world. First reason is protecting the devotees. Not just physically, but Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, protects our faith, devotion, He improves our hope to get back to His spiritual abode. And also, He makes us understand the purpose of our life. What is our goal behind this human form of life? What we have to do? What is the ultimate thing? And how to get back to our eternal abode, spiritual planet. Sometimes He may remove danger. Sometimes He gives strength to tolerate that calamity or problem. Both are to be perceived as protection only. For example, a loving father does not always remove every exam from his child's life. Instead, he builds confidence in his child. Like, you can do it, no problem, you can do it. If you face some problem, let me know, like, I can guide you. But you have to face this exam. Otherwise, how will the child will learn to face exam, challenges and many more things in the life? So similarly, Krishna sometimes changes our situation, sometimes He changes our heart. He makes us realize what we are and what we are supposed to do and where we have to get the right association and under whose guidance we have to progress in our spiritual life. And also I would like to narrate a small story in this regard. So in one kingdom, one day, there was a discussion happening between a king and a minister. So one time the king got doubt like, oh, why God has to appear in this world to protect His devotees and to kill demons? Why He has to appear? He can do that from spiritual world also. And minister said, he asked his minister to answer this question. So minister said, I can reveal this to you practically in the following assembly time, next day assembly. So next day, minister has made a plan that he arranged for a boat ride, and he took king and along with some soldiers with him, and they were traveling in a small lake. And while they were traveling, the minister arranged in such a way that the king's son, prince, similar to that of prince, he arranged a toy or what do you say, that puppet kind of thing that is being sinking. He arranged it in such a way that that toy is sinking in the lake, is about to sink in the drown in the lake completely. So at once somebody has drawn attention of the king and said like, oh king, prince is drowning. And then king suddenly looked upon, it was very far away, and just he looked upon it and he couldn't recognize whether it is prince or whether it is toy or something. So immediately, without even calling anyone, even though he has soldiers and many people, minister or soldiers, but still he himself has got into the lake and tried to got hold of that prince. And when he found that it was not the prince, it was just a duplicate toy made out of some material. It was not the man, it was just a thing. So he then got angry. Who did this? And then minister replied, yes king, I have done this. So why did you do this? And then he replied, remember king, you have questioned me yesterday like why the Supreme God has to appear in this material world. So I think now you got the answer. The king did not understood. And he said like, can you explain me what's your answer? And he started explaining that, see, even though you have soldiers and minister and along with you, but still, just upon seeing your son, like prince, drowning in the lake, you did not even decide a moment and you did not even save anyone. You just leaped into the lake and then you wanted to rescue the prince. So similarly, even Supreme Lord Shri Krishna also, we are all children of Krishna, right? We are all part and parcels of Krishna. So if innocent pious or innocent devotees are suffering, Krishna cannot take that. And Krishna personally descends in this material world just to protect devotees and also to get back us back to whom? Back to Godhead. Even when we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita how Lord Caitanya is so merciful, he spread the Krishna consciousness through chanting of the holy name. He spread the holy name all across India. And he predicted that not only it will be restricted to India, but it will spread all across the globe. Now we are witnessing how it is being widespread all across the globe, and so many centers and so many temples are being opened now, and many preaching programs and many even remote areas are being they are also getting the taste of holy name, and they are relishing the Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada here makes an important point. Krishna doesn't have to come for this. Material nature itself can do it, because we all know that material nature is temporary. Material world is temporary, right? So time, kala, destroys everything, everyone. Death destroys everyone. Disease, eventually some dreadful disease is destroyed. His energies are just enough to handle this kind of task. But still, why he has appeared this life? His devotees are very eager to see him, and he is very eager to have experience with his devotees. So he descends in this material world just to have that loving association with his devotees and his love kindness. And even when we see a common example in our day-to-day life, a company CEO, when happens to handle some situation, he can just send a mail to some respective authority or a personality. But yet, sometimes he personally visits an employee who has served faithfully for years. That personal visit means much more. Because when CEO of the company or head of the company visits the company and interacts with employees, how that employee feels so comfortable and also so secure, and he also feels so much respectful, right? So similarly, Krishna also descends to this material world personally only for the sake of his devotees. His devotees are his primary importance and topmost priority. And also third reason mentioned here is re-establishing dharma. Religion means not only following rituals, but real dharma means reconnecting our forgotten relationship with Supreme Lord Krishna. Just like when we reconnect a charger to the phone, without connection, the battery dies. And without Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, the heart becomes empty. Even though you may fill with all other mundane things, one day it will last. And sometimes even you will get frustrated with all the mundane things, or else you may get disappointed. You may get happiness for a little while, but yet problems are never ending. One after the other, one problem after the other, it may arise, right? So many people think, what will make them happy? Like people think like, oh, what is the one thing that will make me permanently happy, eternally happy? Some people think like money, and they are after it 24/7. Like they are completely workaholic, like engaged in one activity or other, which mainly involves in wealth. Like they invest something, they do much more activities regarding that, and also they work more than whatever is required. They work and they acquire more and more. And some people think career. If you are serious, very serious in career, and if you have a very respectable position, that will make them happy. And some people think that relationships, if you maintain relationships with everyone, like good relationships with everyone, it will make them happy. And sometimes people think like traveling to many places will make them happy. But we should ask the question that Have you ever met someone who has everything but still isn't peaceful? Everyone. Still, like, some people may have much more opulent wealth, but still they may experience some health disease or something. Some people, they might be very healthy. They might be facing some financial problems. So, the real missing element is our forgotten relationship with Supreme Lord Krishna. Who exactly is this devotee whom Krishna comes to protect? Like, you say devotees, like devotees means like which specific, like what is the specific quality that Krishna sees in devotees? So, we're gonna see now who is a real sadhu. So, many people will identify like a saint externally, like by his appearance, long beard, or wearing saffron cloth, staying in temple, very knowledgeable, scholarly, and having very advanced degrees, or serving in temple for long years. But Krishna here gives a different definition. A sadhu is one who is fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. External appearance is secondary, but internally, if your consciousness and if you are fully engaged in your senses in Krishna consciousness, then you yourself is sadhu. Then someone might have a question like, oh, if someone has no spiritual dress, wearing spiritual clothing, but sincerely chants Hare Kṛṣṇa, mahā-mantra every day, and other person looks religious but has no love for God, whom do you think closer to Krishna? Who is more closer to Krishna? Because externally, that one person may not appear, but internally he is connected with Krishna. He is connected with Paramatma inside him, and Paramatma guides him in each and every step, and he is very much closer to Krishna. Even when we see example in transcendental passion of Krishna, Sudama Brahmana, even though he is poor, he has no wealth, and his clothing is very simple, and he has no any influence, but yet Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, has just ran to embrace him. Why? It's just because of his love towards Sudama Brahmana. He is a very dear friend of Sudama Brahmana. Krishna is a very dear friend of him. It's not just wealth or some external appearance or some opulence that brings you closer to Krishna. It is just your love towards Krishna and your devotion. How sincere are you in serving Supreme Lord Shri Krishna? And how sincere are you in endeavoring the spiritual path to go back to home, back to Godhead? And even when we see example from Mahabharata, Vidura, even though he was not born in a royal family, but still Krishna happily accepted his loving service when he invited Supreme Lord Krishna to his home, and he served in that. He was in a very surprising, because he expected that Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna might just go visit Duryodhana because he has got all his opulence, material riches and everything, and he is a prince position. But to his surprise, Krishna came and he was in that awe and reverence, and then he, instead of serving the fruit banana, he was serving peels, but yet Krishna happily accepted his loving service because he sees love and devotion in that offering. It's not about offering, but the love and devotion of that devotee. It's not also about designation. Oh, who is serving? Oh, the rich person is serving, or poor person is serving. No, nothing like that. Everyone who serves with love and devotion, Krishna accepts their offering. Being a devotee does not mean that life becomes free from all problems. We see Prahlāda Mahārāja, how we're going to see today the story of Prahlāda Mahārāja, how he has suffered a lot of problems just from his own father. And even when we see in Mahabharata, how Pandavas have suffered one after the Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita we see how Haridas Thakur has suffered. But Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, never abandoned him. Sometimes God, Supreme God, doesn't remove the storm, but He becomes the shelter during the storm. He gives the protection in the storm. And one may think like, oh, then in this modern world, becoming a sadhu is very difficult. No, it's not. Today, becoming a sadhu begins with very simple steps, like hearing Bhagavad-gītā, Śrīmad Bhagavatam, chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Associating with devotees, offering food to Krishna and honoring her as Prahlāda, and also serving according to our best capacity in whatever means we can do for Krishna. And it's not only restricted to particular class or particular country or particular region. Everyone can practice. It is very simple. The process is very simple. Starting with chanting of Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra and all doing whatever we can do for little service to Krishna. Like we can come to temple, visit temple, we can render service, whatever temple needs, like temple we need help in cleaning, cooking, sometimes in washing, sometimes in arranging for feast, or there are lots of services that you can engage upon. So, one of the best illustration of today's verse is found in beautiful pastimes from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Canto 7. So, it is the story of Prahlāda Mahārāja and Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva. There once lived the powerful demon king Hiranyakashipu. He wanted everyone to worship him, but his own 5-year-old son, Prahlāda, chanted the names of Lord Vishnu, or Supreme Lord Krishna. He chanted only Narayana. So imagine, your own child refuses to obey you because he loves God more, Supreme God more. How angry would a proud demon king would be? How much frustrated he would be. He wanted everyone, the whole universe is obeying his orders, but this 5-year-old, his own son, is not obeying his orders. How frustrated it would be for that demoniac father. And then he called his son Prahlāda and he asked, like, where did you get this? Like, why are you chanting this name? And then he started revealing all the transcendental knowledge to his father, but still the demoniac king cannot take that, and due to his ignorance and foolishness, he is unable to accept the supreme absolute truth. And he decided to punish this 5-year-old boy, his own son, and he has kept him in several troubles. Like Prahlāda Mahārāja was poisoned, and he was thrown from a top of a cliff, mountain, and he was trampled by wild elephants, and he was put into fire, and he was even surrounded by many snakes, poisonous snakes. Yet every time Prahlāda Mahārāja simply remembered Krishna, and he just meditated on Krishna. He never prayed that, oh, my father is punishing me, I have to take revenge on him. Oh Lord, please punish my father. No, he never prayed that. He only prayed that, please keep me remembering you. Please give me your darshan. Wherever I see in this world, I must see your form. I must perceive you in wherever I could see this nature. So, after this severe tribulations, and even it did not even affect Prahlāda Mahārāja's slightest, because Lord was protecting him, because Prahlāda Mahārāja has a very great faith in Krishna. So, one day, finally, Hiranyakashipu asked, where is your God? Oh, you always chant Narayana names. Where is your Vishnu? And Prahlāda answered that he is everywhere. He is omnipresent. he asked in very great anger, "Oh, then he is present in this pillar? If he is not present in this pillar, I will kill you." And this Hiranyakashipu has the benediction that he cannot be killed by the man or demigods or any demons. He has got this benediction from Lord Brahma that he cannot be killed outside or inside of the house, and he cannot be killed in the morning or night, and he cannot be killed on the ground or on the air. So like this, he got so many benedictions. He asked Lord Brahma to give the benediction to be like living eternally, but Brahma himself, he cannot live eternally. So how can he give that benediction to demon Hiranyakashipu? So he said it is not possible. Then he kept all these conditions in such a way that no one would be able to kill him, and he will be the supreme authority for the universe. And he, after getting that benediction, he forcefully took away the planets of demigods, and he tried to conquer all the kingdoms, and he established his supremacy all over the universe. And now, he, upon questioning Prahlāda Mahārāja, he said that if your God, if your Supreme God is not present over here, then I will personally kill you today by my own weapon, sword. And Prahlāda said, he is present everywhere, he is present in pillar also. And king started hitting the pillar, and at once he struck the pillar very hard, and suddenly Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva appeared out of the pillar, and after a great fight between Hiranyakashipu and Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva, you all know like Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva has killed the Hiranyakashipu by meeting all the conditions that were put by him, because he asked the benediction not to kill inside or outside. So Nṛsiṁhadeva has placed him on his lap, and he was sitting just upon the entrance of the house. It was not outside, not inside. It was on the entrance, and he placed him on the lap, and it was not on the ground or in the air, and it was the evening time, and it was not morning or night. So, and also he got benediction that he need not be killed by any weapon. So Nṛsiṁhadeva has to use his nails as his weapon. So even this we recognize how he has showed that importance to Lord Brahma's benediction also. He had not broken the benediction even. So without breaking that, and he protected his dear devotee Prahlāda Mahārāja, and he completely destructed all his kingdom and all the demons along with him. So, which exactly fulfilling our today's verse, because we see Parikranaya Sadhuna, Prahlāda has been protected. Vināṣāya Dushkrita, Hiranyakashipu has been destroyed, killed. Dharma Samsthapanātaya, the whole universe has learned that Supreme God never abandons his devotee. Whenever devotee is in great danger, he personally appears. He can simply, by just in a moment, like he can take off that universe and get back his devotee. But still, he came just to protect his devotee and also have his loving association. Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva loves Prahlāda Mahārāja so much. So, after killing Hiranyakashipu, Prahlāda Mahārāja did not ask like for wealth or for kingdom or revenge or nothing like that. He just prayed, "My Lord, please forgive my father." And Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva said, being a devotee, all your 14 generations are already been liberated. You don't worry about your father, he has already got liberation. And Prahlāda also asked, like, make sure that I wanted to remember you all the time, and I should not get any desire to ask from you. That is my only desire. I should should not have any desire except having you in my heart. So that is the heart of a devotee. And that is very pure devotee's heart. Here we see Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva removed one demon. Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu removes the demon who resides within our hearts, because our heart filled with many anarthas and impurities that are being accumulated for lifetimes after lifetimes, because we don't know how much we have acquired throughout our journey while upon coming to this material world. But still, Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu given us amazing holy name, Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra, and also Shikshastaka prayers, which clearly demonstrates the importance of chanting of the holy name and cleansing the mirror of our mind. And it was just happening by only chanting of holy name. So, through holy name, Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu, Krishna in the form of Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu, has transformed us. So, the holy name has been a greatest benediction that I can say, and also it is the Yuga Dharma. This Kali Yuga is each Yuga has its own Dharma that has to be followed. And when it comes to Satya Yuga, Yuga Yuga, there were people who were doing meditation for so long years, because the lifetime of people living in that phase will be so long, like several thousands and thousands of years. And when it comes, next comes is Treta Yuga. People, the Yuga Dharma is performing sacrifices. And then comes Dvapara Yuga, in which Dharma to follow is like religious worship, deity worship. And in this Kali Yuga, we already know how our life expectancy is, how our average lifespan is very short. It's not even 100 years. If you just cross something over 80, it is very great nowadays. So even it's just like 5,000 years have been passed. Like till there are 4,27,000 years, there are so many years left. By the end of Kali Yuga, we don't know how degraded the situation will be. Even today, we see how degraded the society is, how miserable our lives are. When we see even our daily consumption of food, how contaminated they are, and how people are so habitual to cheat others for some material gross profits, and to make some petty profits, they are costing the lives of others, innocent people. So in this Kali Yuga, the prescribed dharma is chanting of Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Caitanya Mahāprabhu being so merciful. So Krishna, descended to this material world in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and he wanted to experience how a devotee feels the devotion of Krishna. So he took the mood of Srimati Radharani and he appeared as Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu, who is on the right side. So Gauranga Mahāprabhu. So he is so merciful upon us, and we see, and in that Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see there is no killing of any person. As we see, if we see the transcendental pastime, Supreme Lord Krishna, there are lot many demons, like starting with many demons like Kamsa and Putana, Trinavarta, Shakrasura, and many others. So, but still in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you see the pastimes of Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu, there is no killing. Why? Because in this Kali Yuga, if they have to kill or slay, then everyone has to be spared, because everyone has the tendency or impurities within our heart, even the slightest portion also. So, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Balaram in the form of Lord Nityananda, and Lord Krishna in the form of Lord Caitanya has appeared in this material world just to give us benediction of holy name, Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra, and also to deliver all the lost children of Krishna. And they showed us the easiest path. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Kalau nasti eva gati ranyata. There is no other way. There is no other way. Only holy name is the only way that we can take upon and get back to our spiritual eternal planet and relish the eternal service of Krishna in our eternal reward. We do not belong to this world. It is just a temporary, and at one point of time we have to leave this body. We see many people daily, how many people are losing their bodies daily, but still many people strive to get accumulate more and more wealth, preserving more and more for our future. One day we have to leave this material world. We came up with nothing. We did not bring anything with us to this material world. And upon leaving this body, we are unable to take even a penny with us. So what is the use of acquiring more and more and more wealth in this short span of time? And also, if you are so fortunate and if you are so sincere, you may take only one lifetime to get back to the spiritual planet. But if you are could not complete the process, still there could be nice opportunity Krishna will provide in the next life as a human birth in a very, very rich aristocratic family or a scholarly family, just to make sure our progress of Krishna consciousness is there. But if you do not utilize this human form of life, so what does we may get an animal life also next. We may get an animal life, or we may get tree, or whatever the next life will be, next birth will be. So we have to properly utilize our human form of life, and we have to understand what is the importance of this human form of life, and what is the true purpose of our life, and what we have to do in order to fulfill our purpose behind our human form of life. So I would like to conclude today's class by stating a few takeaways and few important lessons that we have seen today. Krishna descends primarily out of love for his devotees. A true sādhu is recognized by devotion and not by external appearance. Prahlāda teaches us that sincere faith attracts the Lord's personal protection. And Krishna's topmost priority is always his devotees. If we take shelter of Supreme Lord's lotus feet, then we are sure to be protected. Krishna even says in Bhagavad-gītā in further chapters that Nāme bhaktya pranashyati, whoever are worshipping me, whoever are very much devoted to me, I will protect them. He will ask Arjuna to make a promise, because sometimes he may have to break his promise also to protect his devotees. But he will never allow a devotee's promise to go vain. So he asks Arjuna, who is a dear friend and devotee of Krishna, to make a promise that Kaunteya pratijanahi name bhaktya pranashyati. Oh Arjuna, please boldly declare that my devotees will never perish. I will protect them for sure. And even in the last chapter, 18th chapter, we see Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tam Sarva Bhavebhyo Mokshasyam Ascha. Krishna instructs that abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So, real religion means reviving our relationship with Krishna. Anyone can become a sadhu by sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness. The Lord may not remove every difficulty immediately, but He never abandons those who take shelter of Him. And in this Kali Yuga, Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu continues this same mission through the chanting of Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra. So, chanting sincere, if you are chanting regularly, try to make it more attentive. And if you are chanting, if you are not chanting, at least start with 1 round of chanting per day and slowly try to increase it to 2, 3 and 1, 2. And there is no in this timeline, in this sitting in this period or something. No. Wherever you are, in whatever condition you are free to do. There is no restriction. So, and it is a very simple mantra and yet very powerful, because that is the Yuga Dharma. Kali Yuga Dharma is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. So that is all. Take this opportunity and try to chant and serve Krishna in whatever means we can, and make our life successful and become a sādhu. So, thank you. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare.
Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā 4.8. Śrīla Prabhupāda. Anyone have questions, comments, realizations? Thousands and thousands of Lakshmis are serving, are eagerly waiting to serve Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, yeah, I understand that, but initial moments we may not able to take that, because externally we see, oh, riches means it is so opulent, so wonderful. And if you have the faith, if you think that, see, imagine if a great rich person visits you, and he's a very highly important person and highly scholarly and in a high reputation. Don't you want to serve him, and don't you want to get closer to him? Being closer to him, don't you experience that opulence? In some or other way, either if you make him like, if you please try to place him by your little endeavor, if you try to help him here and there, sometimes people will be offering you some gifts, right? So, here, not just aspiring for some gifts, but Krishna never keeps anyone's service to him. He reciprocates multiple, like thousands and thousands of times. We can't even imagine. Even the little service, like just picking up one empty glass, just discarding it. Krishna sees very minute things, and he never forgets those minute things, and he gives us what is best for us. We may not know what is good for us at that time, but Krishna knows what is good for each and every one of us, and how to connect others. And we may not know like how we get connected to some people, some devotees, but still it is Krishna's plan. And in your heart also there is desire to get back to Krishna, connect to Krishna. then Krishna sees that desire and he allows you to associate with the devotees, and through that association you come closer to Krishna one step and you start chanting, you start coming to temple, and slowly after few months you'll see like there is something that I am experiencing in my consciousness and my thing, what could be, and you will slowly practicing it more sincerely. You will take it the process too sincere, and it is a regular process. It's not like you have to dedicate a specific time or something, but you will start experiencing that something has changed in me, something is being very auspicious for me. So it may not be like one day experience or 2 day experience, but it may take like several months or sometimes several years also, because we have developed our impurities in our hearts. So in order to cleanse that impurities, we have to regularly chant the holy names and try to serve Krishna in whatever means we can. Then one day we will certainly realize that, oh wow, how wonderful it is being like that. Just by chanting Krishna's name, I am getting this much blissful experience. So we may experience that. In initial days we may think like, oh, what I am doing, this is like very thing, very small thing. How would I experience that? How would I experience that happiness? Slowly, if you make sincere endeavors, if you have little faith, even slightest faith, starting with, slowly Krishna make you realize that, oh, this is a greatest treasure that I have not been able to even find out from long time. I just delayed my long time. I was all delayed because my delay will be able to realize something. Still, like we are in the process of our cleansing. So we may not identify it once, but after many months more time, like depending upon the person's case, we'll be able to realize how it will be, and we'll be able to relinquish the importance of Krishna in our life. Hope this will answer your question. Anyone have any questions still? Okay. There are no questions. Then we'll be having our prasadam served outside temple room. Then everyone will have the opportunity. Please have the prasadam. Prasadam is also a form of mercy coming to Krishna, because we offer food first to Krishna and then he glances his mercy upon the food, and that we take honor it as prasadam. And that even has a great impact on changing our consciousness of our mind, and eventually it will protect us from greatest danger, and it takes one step closer to Krishna also. Thank you everyone for being here, and I would like to request everyone to stay updated with the temple. There are a lot of events going on in the temple. Upcoming Janmashtami is next month, coming in just 30-month period. So let us all take a vote for this Janmashtami that we will be chanting. And if you are chanting, we will chant the rounds in an attentive manner. And try to chant at least a few rounds initially attentively, so that we will try to experience that slowly, one step at a time. Thank you everyone. Bhagavad-gītā ki Śrīla Prabhupāda ki Jai.